Hola guys and girls, and welcome to round 1 of the playoffs of season 8 of the GBA. We are finally back at playoffs. Was quite the time till I finally reached here again. I was here in my initial season of the GBA in season 5, and 2 seasons. One season, the season after that was a pretty bad season. We don't need to talk about that. Next season, I'm just so close in getting into playoffs. Actually, the fun fact is Tom in the other division, no, not division, a conference, actually made it in, even though it had worse record than me. So a bit unlucky there. And now we are finally back here, and we are here to finally make it far into the playoffs and actually win the championship as well. And we are facing Jolt and the from the Token minorities and coach of the Kansas City Jirachiefs in this round 1 of playoffs. I'm the 3rd seed, he's the 2nd seed, so we are facing each other. And as you know, this is the 3rd time we actually battling each other. First week he won, 2nd week I won, and now we are back here again. Of course, Jolt made very clearly, he made a big deal out of that. He used the week he actually lost, he used to scout. Like that, we shouldn't count that as a real game. He like brought not his quote-unquote real sets he want to bring. So yes, some other stuff coming into playoffs right now, so we have to look for out for that. And he, of course, since the match meant for me, he knows a lot about my sets, what I brought there. And yeah, so we are kind of forced, or should definitely bring other sets, or not the exact same spreads we brought last time versus him, because like I said, he used the time scouting, so he knows what they are, how they work. And yeah, we have to come up with something else basically. But yeah, that's the history of the match. If we win, we out. If we lose, we out. If we win, we keep going. In the other match, MV and Geo are battling with each other. I think they have a record as well that MV won one and Geo won another one. So it's hard to tell who wins there. I think the favorite's MV because the time Geo won was a little bit haxy with quick claw and stuff like that. So I guess the favorite is MV there, but I do not mind facing them. Both, I don't have a preferred matchup. MV was a pretty close game, just one switch from the Crocodile onto the Thunderbolt and Tapu Koko, and I won the game. And with Geo, I had a more demanding win, I want to say, with my bulk up Tornadus putting in work, but I doubt I can pull that off again in case I face him, so it's definitely going to be a tougher matchup there as well. But yeah, now we of course don't focus on the future matches, we focus on this match, and we are facing Jolt, and his team of course didn't change, same as mine. Last time we faced was week 11, and there are no trades allowed after week 6, 7, 8, somewhere around there is the trade deadline. Either way, same team. He has Celestina, Hydreigon, Arcanine, Mega Venusaur, Seismitoad, Aerodactyl, Rotom, Spook, the Gardevoir, Alolan Persian, Breloom, and Durant. His team of users are the Rotom, Spook, and the Celestina. And so, biggest threats, of course, the Celestina, very annoying. Last time he didn't brought it, but the first time he actually brought it in the Totemize variant, which is very nice with my team, because both my all my Steelers basically are weak to ground. So he just needs like Heavy Slam Earthquake, Flash Cannon Bow Ground. First time he opted to bring Flash Cannon Bow Ground. I'm pretty sure he will change it up to physical this time to Heavy Slam Earthquake. But if he doesn't, I'm prepared for both. Then Hydreigon, I have a very nice check to a Tapu Fini, but he did already capitalize on that very nicely with his nature power, not Nature's Madness, Nature Power Mega Venusaur. Like, he U-turns on my Fini, then he has Nature Power Moonblast on Mega Venusaur, which hits my Kyurem, which should come in usually versus Mega Venusaur, and especially Mr. Terrain, then you can't put to sleep. So yeah, that's why Hydreigon is like I have good checks to Hydreigon. I have Cobalion, which this is dual typing. Of course, it's weak to Earthbound, Fire Blast, and Fini is just a dead stop to Hydreigon. The only thing he can do to me is Belch me, but thankfully he is faster than me, so once I see that he actually eats a berry, I know that potentially Belch might be incoming, and then I can play around that, like switch out to Cobalion or something like that. But it's more likely that he brings a Choice Scarf Hydreigon again. But we will see about that. Mega Venusaur is a pain to take down. A few more, like the last few times he brought a more offensive variant, like I said, with the Nature Power and Moonblast and stuff like that. But if he brings a more defensive one, that's going to be a pain to take down. I think I would prefer a more offensive one, but we'll see in the matchup. Seismitoad, of course, the first week it didn't do much. Second week it did trap my Fini with Infestation, Earthquake, and stuff like that. It's going to be a Spidef variant like the last few weeks, because Mega Manectric is still a big threat to his team, and Spidef Toad actually is a good check to that. And Spidef Toad is good to, like, especially offensive hero as well, and stuff like that. And like you already saw, it beat my Fini 1v1. Then Aerodactyl, he brought last time, was actually a huge threat versus me, but I could surprise him with Scarf Cobalion. I don't think that will work again, so I have to think of something else for the Aerodactyl. So that is an annoying one to face, because Edgequake is nice with my team, it's very fast. My only one which just beats is the Mega Manectric. You actually can see I'm not bringing. So Aerodactyl could be a potential threat. Rotom Spook never saw coming. It is a dead stop, or a very nice stop to any variant of Cobalion, so I have to look out for that. And other notable threats are the Breloom, which I take the same stance as last time, I just every mon deals with it. Other than that, it might become problematic. Durant is a problem if it hits. Last time it hit every move, but yeah, if it hits, it's annoying. If it doesn't hit, it mostly dies to everything because it's not very bulky at all. And mons I forget to talk about are the Arcanine. The only time he brought was the Scarf variant, but defensive variant could be very annoying as well, and the Persian Alola, which is like, you don't really prepare for Alolan Persian barring coverage moves because it's a utility mon. It's like party shots, it's knockoffs, it's fake outs, it's taunts, it's stuff like that. It's not a mon which sweeps your team, so that's why not main prep goes into the Persian Alola. And then you got the Gardevoir, which of course is Scarf variant he up to bring the last few times. It's nice with my team, nice speed here and stuff like that, but I had Dead Stop and Assault as Delphox, so I definitely think he will change that up a little bit. Now yeah, that's his team. Like I said, if I would have to guess the 6 he brings, I would say Celesteela, Hydreigon, Mega Venusaur, Seismitoad, Aerodactyl, and Gardevoir. These are the 6 I would guess he would bring. But of course, like I said, Arcanine has viability, the Rotoswook has viability, the Persian Alola has always viability, Durant has viability as well. So there might be some changes to that, but these are like the most likely 6. After he battled for 2 times, I think these are the most likely 6 to bring. But yeah, no, that's enough for his team. Now let's go over my team. First up, we got a new member to the squad. We got Mesprit, a physically defensive, kind of bulky, speedy, Calm Mind, Mesprit, Psyshock, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, and the Calm Mind, like we mentioned with the leftovers. So I bring Mesprit this time. Like I seen, I'm bringing 5 of the 6 mons I brought last time. I did not bring Mega Manectric, I bring Mesprit instead. And that is definitely because last time, my Manectric could put in a lot of work because it was modest, because I capitalized on his speed creeping. Thinking that his Aerodactyl would only creep my Cobalion, or not my Cobalion, my Tornadus, because that's the next fastest one to Manectric and stuff like that. I'm definitely thinking that's not working again. I'm definitely thinking if he brings like Aerodactyl, it's gonna be fast enough for modest Mega Manectric and stuff like that. And I want to have to change up something. And I want to have something nice that can switch into Aerodactyl, which isn't weak to Earthquake or Stone Edge, and that is my Mesprit right here. So that's why I'm bringing it. And Calm Mind is very nice with his team. With this coverage, I had a lot of his team so effectively. Celesteela, Thunderbolt, Hydreigon, Dazzling Gleam. Arcanine is one of the ones I neutral. The Psyshock, maybe some Psyshock, Toad, Psyshock, because it's most like Spadef. Then Aerodactyl, Thunderbolt once again. Rotoswook, we have Psyshock, Gardevoir. Gardevoir is the best check to have this thing. If he's a Scarf variant, Psyshock still does a lot to it. If it's a more defensive variant, it's gonna be iffy. I need to weaken that a bit. Then Persian Alola, we have Dazzling Gleam. Breloom, we have Psyshock. Durant, we have Thunderbolt. So Durant being a bit more problematic as well. But this is basically the best coverage I could ask for this mon. This is enough speed for a mon which wants to speed creep a no speed Kyurem. And I have that weird amount of speed because I want to have the bulk still. Like usually I would speed creep for a max speed Breloom. This could still outspeed, but then I wouldn't have enough EVs left for the bulk. And let me talk about the bulk. This special investment right here with max HP allows me to add +1, lift guaranteed a Dark Pulse from a Choice Scarf Hydreigon, and I can Ochre it with Dazzling Gleam. And the physical investment is just there, so I can take on Life Orb Aerodactyl better and do a lot of damage Thunderbolt to that thing. But yeah, that's Mesprit basically for you. Just there. Mainly as probably a mid-game sweeper. I'm not going to late-game sweep this thing because it's just not fast enough. Like I said, in the first week we faced Jolt, he was very good, very much in detail how important speed control with me is to have, because I'm such an offensive team. That's why he would definitely bring some Scarfers and stuff like that. And yeah, this thing is not late game sweeping, but it will mid-game sweeping, like killing some mons, get some good damage on it, just not dying, stuff like that. That's where Mesprit will shine. It's most likely my initial switch into the Aerodactyl, depending on what happened to Finny and what his other mons are. But yeah, that's basically Mesprit for you. Next up we got Walnut, exact same spread as the last few weeks, enough speed for max speed Breloom. So I can still outspeed that, outgo that with a potential Moonblast, which I don't have actually. But I still have enough physical defense investment to take hits from Aerodactyl once again, and our physical Mont max HP, and then I have Surf, Nature's Madness, Grass Knot, and Default. So why do I have the spread? Because Nature's Madness is obviously for the Venusaur there, so I can at least do half to that for some Synthesis, which doesn't have a lot of PP. Then I have Surf as my main stab option. The main reason I have Moonblast are for Breloom and the Hydreigon, and Hydreigon doesn't want to stay in with me. Breloom, every mon on my team has something to hit it, and Nature's Madness does half to it at least, Surf does a decent amount because Breloom's not the bulkiest mon, but of course Breloom is not checked by this. But like I said, he didn't brought it the last few weeks. I made a big, like similar, he made a big deal out of speed control. I made a big deal out of that. Every my mon beats Breloom 1v1. So that's why I'm thinking he won't bring that versus me. And then I have Grass Knot right here in case he tries these Seismitoad shenanigans as well. This is my initial switch into the Seismitoad as well. Can status with Nature's Madness and stuff like that. I can defog if he gets his rocks up, but I can see I have like 3 of my Rock Sweep mons as well there, and then I can Grass Knot it to beat it 1v1 and not be beaten by him with Infestation Earthquake in case he wants to try similar shenanigans. But yeah, that's Tapu Fini. Like I said, dash check to Hydreigon, always my switch in. He could U-turn into Mega Venusaur, stuff like that, and you know already how cycle works. First time, he got me on a cycle because he surprised me. Second time, I was prepared for a cycle, and now you will see what I have in charge this time. Next up, we got Mr. Bro. This time, Tornadus. Very similar set to what I brought in the first week. Hurricane, Heat Wave, U-turn, Tailwind, enough speed for a max speed. I think that's for Durant. Yeah, it should be for Durant. And then I have a little bit Spadef investment and the Papa Bear because in my week 2 match, Tailwind was pivotal for me winning the match. And something similar is going on this time. Tailwind is most likely the way I'm gonna win this match. And that's why I want to be a little bit more bulky, Tornadus. And that's why I have the Papa Berry to have a bit more longevity. So I can live a hit, get back to full health, and can maybe switch him back to rocks and get another Tailwind up and all this good stuff. So that's how that works. The special defensive investment is just this, so I can guarantee live a Draco Media from full from a Choice Scarf Dragon, and then I get my Power Berry, I'm back to full, and then I can live another one because I'm basically at more than half HP. And so I can go for Tailwind, then U-turn, and still have my 20 around for potentially another Tailwind. And of course, it helps with other special attacks as well, like potential special Celesteela versus potentially the Rotom, maybe the Gardevoir, maybe. So yeah, it's mainly there for the Hydreigon. I just want to have a little bit more bulk in case we have the lead scenario, Tornadus versus Hydreigon, or just mid-game scenario, Tornadus versus Hydreigon, actually just safely click the Tailwind, don't have to worry about Draco or something like that. And yeah, get Tailwind up, and basically have my Mons put in a lot of work, because once Master outspeeds everything, it can actually late game sweep, and the main one which I want to outspeed everything with is with my Jeff, the Kyurem Black, Assault, that's the variant, enough speed once again for max speed Gardevoir, max speed base 80s, here's another base 80 as well, which is the, let me look at this team, what was Mega Venusaur, so that's the other base 80, yes. But yeah, Dragon Claw, Fusion Bolt, Zen Headbutt, and Iron Head, fully physical variant. I don't have Ice Beam this time. I have Zen Headbutt for the Mega Venusaur, and that's because I want to abuse the mighty attack set right here, and I want to abuse the Bolt to get with the Assault Vest. So with the Assault Vest and that little investment, I'm not tricky out once again by Modest Moonblast from the Mega Venusaur. I can take a Moonblast from Gardevoir, I can take Draco Media from full from the Hydreigon. If the terrain is up, I can take it even better, because obviously that's half versus me. And then I have Dragon Claw, so a main stab option. Hits a lot of his team. The only thing it doesn't hit is, of course, the Gardevoir and the Durant. Durant doesn't like taking Fusion Bolts, and Gardevoir doesn't like to take Iron Heads, and there's an Headbutt there to still hit the, the Mega Venusaur super effectively. I was thinking, actually, about putting Ice Beam over the Headbutt, because even with a minus Protect Nature, that can potentially 2-hit KO the Mega Venusaur. If he's just max HP, he's neither Spadef nor physically defensive, then Zen Headbutt does more of this spread than Ice Beam. But if he's fully physically defensive, then Ice Beam does more. Ice Beam 2-hit KOs him, whereas Zen Headbutt doesn't. But if he's fully Spadef, then Zen Headbutt does 2-hit KO, but Ice Beam doesn't KO me, so it doesn't 2-hit KO him anymore. So basically it's a 50-50, and I looked at my team, I looked at his team, what is more likely, brings the physically defensive or special defensive. Special defensive is nice for Fini, for the Manectric, for the Delphox potentially, and the Tornadus. Physically defense is more likely for the Cobalion, stuff like that. So it was kind of a toss-up what I want to see on him, and since when he's an offensive variant, Zen Headbutt does more, I thought Zen Headbutt is the better choice. Cell, it can miss, but that's a bit annoying, but either way, you have Fusion Bolt for the Celesteela, and Iron Head, like I said, for the, Gardevoir. So, now talking about investment, like I said, you already know special investment. The physical investment is actually there for two things. One thing, I can take a max attack, Jolly, Life Orb, Stone Edge with my Kyurem Black with this spread, and the other thing I can take is I can tank a +1 max attack Adamant Heavy Slam from Celesteela. In case he's physical and he already got a Beast Boost, I can take a +1 Heavy Slam from this thing. And wait, can I actually take... I don't think I can take a Life or Stone Edge. I think that's just for Heavy Slam. Yeah, I think the Stone Edge is a lie. I think I wanted to take the Stone Edge as well, but then I would have to be max defense and stuff like that. So I think it's just for Heavy Slam. Do the calcs at home, guys. I actually think it's not for Stone Edge anymore, now thinking about it, because that's only very little investment to take a stab Life Orb hit from a Aerodactyl. So I don't think it's a Stone Edge, it's probably just for Heavy Slam. But yeah, that's basically it. So after he gets the Beast Boost, I can still take the hit, and then I can Fusion Bolt it to KO and stuff like that. So yeah, that's Kyurem Black for you. Mighty attacks for 222, very nice number. I'll have to take a shot once you read that. And yeah, Adamant Nature for just putting a lot of work with these moves, because Dragon Claw is very stable versus team, because I don't think he will hard switch in Gardevoir versus me. Even if he does, the only way he outspeeds if he's Scarfed, and then I can take the hit because of the Assault Vest. I can just go for Iron Head. So, yeah, Kyurem Black is going to put a lot of work. If Tailwind is up, this thing might just late game sweep him, because then I outspeed everything, and I can just go for attacks and don't have to worry about predicting stuff like that. Next up, We got Cabra, my Cobalion. I definitely don't want to bring a Choice Scarf Cobalion again. Cobalion is very nice as team. It brings me Stealth Rock, but I don't want to bring a Choice Scarf variant as well. And I was thinking a lot what to do with Cobalion. At first, I was a Shaka Berry variant, but then I remember for Aerodactyl to be once again my switch to Aerodactyl. But then I remembered, goddammit, Aerodactyl gets a nerf, so berries won't work with this thing. And then you're thinking, Lars, why are you bringing the berry still? That is easily the case because even though, let's say I switch it into Aerodactyl, I get weak and stuff like that. Aerodactyl switch out, then I eat the berry. The Sugar Berry would only work if it hits me with an attack, and that only hits characters when Aerodactyl is on the field. But this Papa Berry, I eat that once I'm below health, and a nerf is not happening. So basically, he goes for Earthquake, I'm very low, he switches out, fears the Scarf or something like that, and then I eat the berry and I back up good amount of health. And then I just have Close Combat, Iron Head, good coverage, then Stealth Rock I want here, and then I have Thunder Wave, because like I said, he made a big deal out of Speed Control, and I'm gonna be the one in charge of Speed Control this time. I have Tailwind, I have Thunder Wave, it helps versus a lot of stuff, being his Scarfers or even his Statistiela if he wants to go for an Autotomize. Since Close Combat does a decent amount, but it's not outgoing, and he could use his chance to just go for free Autotomize versus my Cobalion. And yeah, that's with Cobalion for you. I'm fully walled. I'm basically walled by Rotom Spook, which is annoying, but I have some ways to deal with that. Like I said, Rotom Spook didn't block the last few times. He might break this time because of the death stop to my Cobalion, but Thunder Wave was just way too juicy and way too nice of a switch up. That's important. Sometimes I just was thinking, okay, I have to bring something different. What can I do to surprise him? And I think Thunder Wave or Cobalion could do that. And then talking about the spread, of course, max speed. The speed here is enough to outspeed a max speed Hydreigon. It's the same speed as nothing yet, by the way. But yeah, either way, the special attack investment, the special defense investment, that is easy. That is there, so I can take at -1, so after I go for close combat. And after I took a round of rocks, I still can take a Scarf, Moonblast from a Gardevoir, and I Oko him back with Iron Head. That's what this investment is for. So even if I have still my Papa Berry, he goes for Moonblast, I guarantee lift that, get back to 50%, and I Oko him with my Iron Head, and I still have 50% Cobalion on the field. So that's why this special defensive investment is here. It helps Litbomb take hits from other special threats as well, but it's, like I said, mainly there for the Gardevoir. If it's a Scarf variant, he could just spam Moonblast versus my team. That's why I have Assault on this to take a better hit, and I have the investment on this to take the hits better. So these are like the main mons he wants to go for Moonblast versus. And then I still have my Mozilla right here, which is not Assault Death this time. That's why I want to be a bit more prepared for the Gardevoir, because this is not my dead stop to Gardevoir. It can switch in a few times, but since it's fully offensive, it can't anymore. It's this time my Choice Scarf variant with Fire Blast, Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, and Grass. Not same moveset as last time with the Assault Death, but I have enough speed for max speed Hydreigon, so outspeed his whole team, barring Choice Scarf Durant, Choice Scarf Durant, and Choice Scarf Aerodactyl. Barring that, I outspeed everything on his team, and I can go for nice couch moves with his team. This was always a very obvious choice on my part to go after him, because Delphox, with the couch it has, Fire, Psychic, Fairy, Grass, is very nice versus his team. But the first time I didn't want that because I don't have anything I can spam with him in comparison to Scarf Gengar. And the second time I didn't want it because I wanted to have an Assault Dusted variant, the most bulky variant. And once Jolt sees this on my team, he probably thinks, okay, this is most likely going to be an Assault Dusted variant as well. And Choice Scarf doesn't give him away until I take a hit that I'm Assault Dusted. So other than that, I can still just go for my attacks. And this is just before Tailwind goes up, this is just my prime revenge killer. It does outspeed a +2 Celestine as well once he goes for Autotomize, and I can go Fire Blast versus the thing. I have Blaze, and yeah, if I get weakened a bit with rocks and stuff like that, and I can fire off Blaze, boosted Fire Blast. He doesn't really have switches to that if Scizor Toad is weakened. So yeah, that is the Delphox. That is my team in total. Let me think what you know about that. Will it pull through? Will it Tailwind? Tailwind Tornadus is most likely my win condition, either with Tornadus itself or with Kyurem Black. This time I have U-turn over HBIs, because HBIs didn't do a lot to the Dragon at all, and it doesn't Oko Aerodactyl either. So I'd rather go for Tailwind, U-turn out, and then sweep with my, most likely with Kyurem Black, but like my Mesprit could do some work on the Tailwind, my Cobalion could do some work on Tailwind if the Rotom is not coming. But yeah, that's my squad. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Who will come out on top? Will my Mesprit, which is most likely the biggest surprise, he will see on my part that I bring Mesprit and then the set, because I didn't brought and set up Mesprit this time in the, yeah, most time it was just Choice Scarf or just Rocks or something like that. But either way, that is the team. You will see it again for tomorrow for your match, and yeah, I hope to see you there as well. Pray for the Donphans. We are rolling out to the cup. Jolt is the first obstacle to that. 2 more matches after that, and we are the champions. I will see you there, and yeah, that's all from me. I'll see you now time. Ciao.